Now, the Android market doesn't get the same kind of bosom heaving fanboy love as the iPhone market does. But let's take a look at a few of the numbers to see if it's worthwhile when considering repurposing your content for the Android market. So in May 2011, Google announced that there are 400,000 new Android devices activated every day worldwide. In December 2010, they were activating 300,000 per day. So it's continuing to grow from December until May of 2010. Now that's a staggering number to consider. 400,000 new potential customers, new potential viewers to your content every single day. It's massive. There's also been 100 million Androids activated in total as of May 2011, with 215 carriers supporting Android and 36 manufacturers building and supporting Androids. So it's got massive adoption worldwide. There's 200,000 apps in the Android market, which is their version of the App Store, and there have been 4.5 billion app installs. To contrast that, there's about 425,000 apps in the iPhone App Store, which is twice as many as the 200,000 that the Android market has. So while there's absolutely, and don't get me wrong here, there's still room to get into and gain traction in the iPhone App Store, there's less competition within the Android market. Again, if you're going to go through the trouble to get an app into the iPhone App Store, why wouldn't you also do it with the Android market? It just makes sense. Fortunately, about 99% of what we talked about in the iPhone and the iPad repurposing video actually applies to Androids as well. So I'm going to take a couple of minutes to go over what's what, and you can refer back to the iPhone and iPad repurposing video for specific how-tos if you need to. So firstly, you want your site to look nice on a mobile device. Fortunately, the WordPress Touch plugin that we've talked about will automatically detect Android devices, and it will serve up the mobile formatted version of your site to anybody who needs it. So WordPress Touch takes care of that for you already. Now Flash is actually supported on Android devices, so you don't need to worry about their users not being able to see your Flash videos. Now that being said, I still want you to transition to HTML5 as a video player, whether you do that with YouTube or EasyS3 or some other method that you find, so that all of your site visitors can see your content. And of course, HTML5 is supported by Android as well. So if you're using HTML5, then your iPhone people, your desktop people, and your Android people will all be able to see it. But if you have older Flash videos, your Android people will be able to see those as well. Now, Androids don't have a built-in ebook buying and reading platform like Amazon's Kindle or like the iPad's iBooks. What they do have, though, is the Kindle app. It's available for free in the Android marketplace. So go back to the repurposing your content for Kindle video to find out how to get your ebook content in the Kindle store. And once you do that, Android users who use the Kindle app will have access to it as well. The Android marketplace lists the Kindle app as having had between 5 million and 10 million installs at the time that I've made this video, and it's got 4.5 out of 5 stars in its rating. So it is being adopted and used by the Android community. And finally, there's apps. And just like iPhone and iPad app development, if you've got a complex app idea, you can hire your own developer and work closely with them to build the app of your dreams. Odesk and AppTank, which are both places where you can hire individual developers, both have Android developers available that you can talk to and see if they're a good fit for your project. Now, we spoke about iSites.us in our Apple iPhone and iPad repurposing video. They do actually have on their lower tier program that's $25 a month. They will give you, for that $25 a month, a native Android app, and that can be listed in the Android marketplace. So if they have a certain feature that you like, it might be worth considering. That being said, at that $25 price point, you're not able to get a native iPhone app. And if you're going to go Android, you might as well go Apple. If you're going to go Apple, you might as well go Android. So at that point, to get the Apple app, you'd be looking at a higher price point so that you can get both apps. But you know, since you really want to cover both the Android and the iOS devices, head on back over to appmaker.com. Their free option also develops for Android, and just like their Apple option, it's still your responsibility to get a developer account. in this case with the Android marketplace. And once you've done that, you can submit your App Maker app to the Android market. So to find out how to use App Maker, if you haven't watched it yet, go on back to the iPhone and iPad repurposing video, and I walk you through the process of developing an app using App Maker. Now, I want you to remember, guys, that this is not a battle about which platform is better, whether it's about iPhones or iPads or Androids or the Samsung Galaxy or whatever devices are coming out. This is about recognizing that each of these options has a large number of users, and both markets appear to still be growing because folks worldwide are still trading in their no-feature phones or their feature phones and getting smartphones. So who's going to win in the end? I don't know. What I do know is that right now, both have massive user bases, and I want my content in front of as many people as possible using either device. So I hope that that logic resonates with you, and that you're able to take the fantastic stuff that you've already produced as part of Always Be Shipping and repurpose it to make it available for iPhone and Android users, because that's what shipping is really about.